Okay. It's glassy and lights. Let me check my sound real quick. Okay, turn up the sound. Already wearing headphones, so that's good. Okay. I want this. I want this. Like this setup. I mean, what D&D nerd wouldn't want this?
Hey! Glad you made it. I'm really happy that you're willing to give this game a shot. It's one of my favourite things to do with friends. Between the role-playing, strategy and just being goofy with each other, it's always a great time. D&D has something for every kind of player. Now, you said the other day that you wanted to just get kind of an intro experience before joining my regular campaign group. So I figured a more individual sort of experience would be a good way of showing you the ropes. Give you an idea of what the experience can feel like. Just take a seat whenever you feel like getting started. I've got snacks that should last us until the end of the universe, so help yourself to those too. Good to go? Okay, so first things first, let's choose your class. I've got the basics already written up for a few of them, so you only need to worry about picking one.
Okay.
Do you want to be a holy warrior with the ability to heal yourself and smite... Oh! Or maybe a wizard, using your magic to blast bad guys sky high with fireballs while deflecting incoming attacks? But a rogue could be fun too. Hit and run tactics, poisoning your enemies and watching them succumb to the venom. So satisfying.
I have friends who have, but I've never actually played.
But it's also lots of fun to just be a barbarian with a big axe. Barbarians can get so angry that they just kind of forget that they've been hit and keep hacking away. I've always had a hard time choosing when I'm a player, so take your time.
Alright, okay. Okay. Paladin, okay. Long range, small attack. I like fast attack speed. So barbarian would be good. Or rogue. Even wizard. Definitely not paladin, honestly. Barbarian seems like a good one for like kind of starting, because like it's kind of good-ish at everything, so it's kind of like rogue. Okay, rogue or wizard? Honestly, I just like the wizard. That's just me. Like, I like wizards. If there was a bard class, I would choose that. That's just what I like to play. If you play them correctly, they're actually really fun to play. But I'll do wizard.
Okay, next let's allocate your stats. You want me to explain how stats and dice rolling work in this game?
I already know how this works, but just so you guys can understand.
Stats determine what you're good at. Each stat has a use in combat, but they can also apply to role-playing situations and other things you do while adventuring in the world. Whenever you roll the 20-sided die, you'll add whichever stat applies to the roll. So, say you've got a +3 in wisdom and need to see if someone is telling the truth, you would roll the d20 and add 3 to whatever you rolled.
Yep.
That insight check would show how well you're able to read that person's intentions and emotions. Rolling high means you can understand them and see through any lies they might be telling. Rolling low means that you believe whatever they're saying. Within reason, of course. If you roll a 20 on that die, then you'll almost certainly succeed at whatever you're trying to do, or at least get useful info.
Yep. Roll 20, you want to get a 20. That's basically like a critical roll.
Let's try an example. You are speaking to a tavern keeper, asking after some local bandits that you've been hired to hunt down. He talks easily enough, but he says that he has no information on these people or where to find them. Okay, you rolled a 10, so add 3 to that. With a 13, you notice him tense and almost physically withdraw when you ask him about the bandits, giving you the sense that he is hiding something and knows more about the situation than he's letting on. That's pretty much it. Rolling a 20 when you hit someone in a fight also counts as a
Critical hit?
critical hit and doubles how much damage you do to them. Rolling a 1 on that die, though, can be really bad news. Sometimes it just means failing whatever you're doing.
Whenever my friends play, we just like hurt each other. We accidentally, like, for example, we're stabbing someone, we accidentally
Sometimes
stab
it means failing
drop
so
it.
spectacularly that you, I don't know, fall down a flight of stairs, out of a window and into a pen of screaming goats. Okay, probably not that specifically, but you get the idea.
Yep.
You'll also see that your class already has stats that will best support their abilities. Do you want to make them better at what they already do, or do you want to balance them out a bit? You'll get more stat points to distribute as we play, so don't worry about this step too.
Okay, I'm gonna worry about it. You know, that's just me. All right, so I'm gonna want lots of intelligence, charisma, not really needed. Okay. That's that possibility. Okay, I'll do intelligence and constitution. I think dexterity is good for tricky situations. Constitution. Another intelligence and dex. Okay. Yeah.
And like that, you've made your first character. Congrats! Now, how about we dive right into things? Let me just set the scene for you.
Alright, let's start.
The continent of Faerun has seen hundreds of stories turn into legends. The Dawn Age, when dwarves overthrew the tyrannical giants and elves waged war against evil dragons, thereby carving out a place in the world for small folk. The tyranny of the Rose Dragon, when the great red worm Ylvir of Salisar nearly razed Kalimshan and established her cruel empire. The time of troubles, when celestials and fiends alike were cast from their own realms, warring and laying waste to the mortal plane in their efforts to reclaim their divine positions. Yet each great story has great people steering the narrative. The Rose Dragon's empire only fell because Rafak al-Khajan and his companions slew the evil beast. The times of troubles ended because those like the mage Midnight rose to the occasion, in their case taking the mantle of divinity from the slain celestial Mistral until she could be resurrected. Now we come to the precipice of another such event, a budding calamity that could warp reality as we know it. Though there is no prophesied chosen one, no foreseen saviour, if you play your cards right, you might just be able to avert what is to come. Or perhaps your story will simply serve as a cautionary tale for those who survive. Despite this, it all starts with something as mundane as fetching groceries for your parents.
Okay, let's get this started.
We open on Nashkel, a village on the northern slopes of the Cloud Peaks. The late spring rains have abated, making the trek across town to deliver a commission for your father at least a bit less muddy. As you make your way back along the main street, though, it is hard not to notice that your otherwise quiet home is riddled with strained, whispered conversations.
Behind his produce stand is Luke, one of the farmers living on the village's outskirts. You have known him for most of your life, though he's still young and smile lines have only just begun to crease the sides of his eyes. Your father said he'd be along to pick up his purchase, but Randy and his back problems, he said he didn't have enough to deal with already as a head. Anyhow, here you go. I'm sure he appreciates having you around to do all the heavy lifting for him. Thank you. Sure thing. Just make sure to get home safe. How's everyone this spring? You haven't had a day. Everyone's worried about the people who've gone missing. You probably already heard about Hudson coming home yesterday. He's the fourth person in 2 weeks. The tractor's looking for her, haven't come back yet, but it's anything like the other 3 disappearances. You'll find him. People are real frightened. Can't blame them. Might be a good idea to not wander around on your own.
You hear voices from inside your house. Perhaps it is worth waiting and listening in.
Yeah, I just heard about it this morning.
Does anyone else know?
I caught one of the trackers before he could go out to look the house up. He said he'd check it out while the trail was still warm, if there was one. But I don't know if he told anyone else first.
We'll have to assume that he did. People are already starting to panic unless they make it worse. I heard people at the market this morning talking about unfamiliar monsters. No one had seen the things themselves, but the rumors about it.
This goes on and you'll have a mob at your front door demanding answers.
I'm surprised you haven't seen one already. We've got to get ahead of this.
So what are you going to do about it?
Give me a minute. I've got an idea, but I want to talk it over with Katra first. You're welcome to stay if you like. They should be back soon.
Ah, there you are. Put the food on the table and come talk to me. There's something we need to discuss. Listen, you've heard about the people going missing. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but the whole Kelsit family is gone. Neri found their farm empty this morning without even a sign of struggle. This is asking a lot, and I've got a feeling your mother's going to kill me after I say this.
Then don't say it.
But I need you to go speak with Endan Dravair and ask for his help.
You're right. I think I will throttle you. Are you insane? People are going missing, and you think sending Katra out into the woods by themselves is somehow a good idea?
I have to agree with Ilan. They'd make a tempting target.
The trackers have been going on their own, and no one's bothered them. Besides, after all the training I've put Katra through, they should be fine on their own.
Yes, but you could just send one of the trackers, or someone else.
I want the trackers to keep looking for our people. Other than them, there's no one else I'd trust in the woods more than Katra. For all the times you've run off into there as a kid, you probably know the paths better than most of the villagers. And Vair's important. His ego probably won't let him talk to just a random villager. Neri could go, but she doesn't know how to fight, and I don't want the community's healer to be missing for a whole day if someone breaks their arm.
And you're not worried what Vair might do to them?
Unless Katra does something really stupid, which I would trust them not to, they'll be fine.
You know I'm standing right here and can answer for myself, right?
Hey, watch the sarcasm. We've talked about this.
Well, they're right. Manners aside, they can speak for themselves, and hopefully also point out how reckless and stupid this is. Stupid? Maybe. Reckless? Probably. But I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, that sounds like my kid. Now, Endan Dravair is a proud creature. He has the wisdom of the ages and probably knows something that we don't. But there's a good chance he won't help us for free, just on principle. If he doesn't, I want you to offer him money. His pouch has 100 gold coins in it.
100? Where did you get that kind of money?
I took it from the village's emergency fund. I'd say this counts. Rounded it out to 100 using money we were saving for a new roof. Start with a low offer, like 30, and work your way up, unless you think you're going to insult him or lose his interest. Whatever help or advice you can give will be welcome. If we're lucky, he might already know where our missing people are or where to look. A bird's eye view can show him what we need.
I still think that this is a bad...
If I'm being honest, it probably is a bad idea, but it's the only one we've got.
Is there anything else I should know before going?
At this point, you know everything that we do. I wish we could be of more help, but Vair's home is not far. Hopefully nothing...
Right. I guess I'll head out now then.
Oh, before you go, do you want to do a quick sparring match? Couldn't hurt to brush up on your technique, just in case.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
One more thing. I'm sure you can find your way. Don't let me fussing over you. But in case something happens, you should take your father's old wayfinder. Thanks! I'll take good care of it. Just be careful, and come back in one piece. We'll be waiting for you with some dinner ready.
Alright, this is where I'm going to stop today's episode. Next episode should be coming out soon. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time. Bye.